Rockstar Games just launched a games launcher.
Does this mean Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to PC? What else does it mean?
They probably want a lot more of our money.
Yeah, hot take!
So we have seen a lot of games launchers. I think there's too many of them now. I like to call them digital storefronts. It's cute that Rockstar's calling this a games launcher.
I think they're calling it a games launcher so that it'll like quell expectations. Because when you hear launcher, you think of just a jumping off point for your titles, your favorite titles and stuff. And what Rockstar's offering is very minute. At this point, Rockstar, they launched their launcher, I love saying that, on Tuesday out of nowhere, and folks were like, okay, well, what's going on here? So at launch of the launcher, there's a few games offered as well.
A few.
Yeah, literally, as well as a free title. What's the free title on offer, Shane, for signing up or for getting the launcher?
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The PC version, the old version, it's not very new. A lot of people out there have been really wanting to see the Android version come over in some regard, because the Android version actually has improvements over any other version of the game that's ever been released. So people wanted to see that come over. We didn't get that. Yeah. It's free, so there's really nothing you can say. Oh, what I did find funny was they stated it's a $14 or $15 value for the game. It's like, no, you gave it away for free. It's valueless now. Once it's free, there's no value. Duh. So it's free, but
there's some sentimental value.
Sure.
For us, I'm sure.
Yes.
So there's some other games being offered. They're not free though. There's 6 games at launch of the launcher: Bully Scholarship Edition, Max Payne 3 Complete Edition, LA Noire Complete Edition, GTA 3, GTA 5 Premium Edition, and GTA Vice City.
Yeah.
I almost said GTA 5 Vice City.
Yeah, right.
Not yet.
Not yet. They're missing a lot of games here, folks. I mean, you know what's funny? It's a PC games launcher. There's actually not that many Rockstar PC games. I mean, there were quite a few in the past, but it doesn't look like they're going to be supporting all of them. Now, this is what's kind of important. I didn't want to rush to do this video. We installed the Rockstar Games Launcher so I could take a better look at it. Now, just a bit of my background on this. I'm one of the first day one users of Steam. I've used most of the digital storefronts on day one that have been released because I've been a big supporter of these things. I've always wanted to digitize my library. I know Adam is screaming inside because he wanted every game physical forever.
Not on PC, but you're the PC boy. This is for you. The Rockstar Games Launcher is for you.
Yes.
So you've had this experience in the past with the Steam service. We've had the Epic Games Store.
Yes.
We've had Bethesda offerings. We've had Uplay. What do you think, man?
It works, but it sucks.
Well, it kind of works. It depends on what you want to do, right?
Like,
we were talking about it before. You could install.
Yes, you could.
You could install games.
You could install games. Let's put this out here, okay? The basic thing a game launcher needs to do is launch games, which it does do that. You can buy a bunch of games on the storefront. It's a very simplified interface. There's really not a lot going on here. It actually can register other games that have already been installed on your system. It doesn't add them to the library. It just allows you to launch them. So you can use the Rockstar Games Launcher to launch a game from Steam if you like. It seems to only be able to locate Steam games, so I'm not going to get into other older versions of the games you might have. This is just crazy.
Right.
But this is what's important. I wanted to see what it was like to play a game on there. Now, like everyone else on the planet, we may already own Grand Theft Auto 5, so I doubt very many people are going to be using this launcher to buy Grand Theft Auto 5. So I just installed San Andreas. Like I said, the bare bones PC version. There are no fixes. It's whatever. I believe there's cloud save support that's now in there.
That's right.
If you need that. What's important about this, though, is once I installed it, I was like, okay, let me uninstall it.
Uninstall it.
Uninstall it. You can't. There is no uninstall function in the store, the launcher.
Right.
As far as I can tell, they didn't include that function. The way you do it is you have to go to your options on your Windows computer and go to apps and programs and remove.
The way you remove like whatever.
Yeah.
Other programs. Basically, when you have a launcher or an ecosystem, you want to keep people there in your ecosystem.
That's true.
Right? That's what we're getting at.
Yes.
Hey, and the moment that you're like, okay, I want to uninstall this, and you're like, well, I guess I'll click away and then go over here.
So so I guess Rockstar didn't test this, because when I went to try and uninstall it, there was no option. So I went to the apps and programs to uninstall it through Windows. Once I got there, it was like, what are you doing? Rockstar Games Launcher is still open. You can't uninstall things. So you have to close the launcher, which, by the way, Rockstar, you don't want people doing this. You don't want them closing the launcher.
Because they don't open it again.
Yeah, right. You close the launcher, then you uninstall the program, and then you can open up the program again, and then you can see that it's uninstalled. That's stupid. There's other things, too, like, you know when you have Steam open, Battle.net, anything, any program that is a launcher, to the right side of your screen on the bottom, there's a little app notification thing. You can open that up on your app bin, and you can actually just right click and have a whole bunch of options, and like open it up or go to your friends list or exit the program. The Rockstar launcher doesn't have that. It's like they didn't know that they needed that functionality there. So when you close the Rockstar game launcher, it literally closes completely from your system. You have to relaunch the launcher, and it doesn't stay in the corner of the screen. I'm so confused by that.
Yeah, so a lot of bare bones offerings as far as how you can access games, how you can get out of games, how you can uninstall things. Even social aspects aren't really there where other platforms do allow that.
You're using your Rockstar Social Club account. Don't let the name, don't let the name confuse you here. There ain't nothing social about this. There's no friends list, no way to talk to people. Even when you go to look up support for a specific game, the support drives you straight to the game's launcher support, not the actual game support. And there's not that many games there to begin with. And even then, you don't have all the games that Rockstar has on other platforms, which is just confusing to me.
It is very confusing. And a lot of people are pointing at the launch of the launcher as being rushed, because there could be a big game looming in the near future for Rockstar releasing on PC. We did talk about it in the cold open. Red Dead Redemption 2, a lot of people are pointing at this coming to PC, and the launcher just being pushed out so that they have this platform where people don't need to go onto Steam and buy this game. And then, of course, there is a fee that goes to Steam from Rockstar doesn't get the entire cut of that game, but with a launcher that is produced by Rockstar, that money goes directly to them.
Yes.
So a lot of people are making that assumption. Red Dead Redemption 2 could be just around the corner. There have been references on the Social Club. People have data mined other apps and found things basically alluding to Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out. It's rumors at this point, but
there was no reason to do this. You're right. If it's not for this, there's no reason to have made a game launcher. Now, I know everyone out there was screaming, not another game store! But that's what this is. They want to cut out the middleman, which is Steam, so that they can make all the money. That's exactly what's going on.
We're hearing more and more nowadays that companies are trying to avoid, like they don't think it's fair that the cut that services like Steam are taking. It's too much in their opinions. That's why we're hearing a lot about the Epic Game Store, because their cut is much smaller. Well, other companies want to avoid that altogether, right? We have the Bethesda launcher, and we have this one as well, which the money can go directly in their pockets. So that's what we're kind of assuming.
That's what we think.
Yeah.
Now here's something that is kind of important. Rockstar. I don't know who's there. Dan Houser, I imagine. If you are watching this channel, if you're watching, here's what you need to do. You have free games way back when. You might forget this. You have something called the Rockstar Game Warehouse, which is an online storefront where you sell a bunch of your games. You have more games on that storefront than you do in your launcher. There's also ways that are old as heck, where you can go to official Rockstar websites and you can actually download the original Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto 2. Give those away for free. You don't care about them anymore. Why doesn't this launcher just have legacy old Rockstar games just ready to download easily? And look, I know we're excited about Red Dead Redemption 2 possibly coming on PC, but remember, PC gamers didn't get to play the first Red Dead Redemption. That could be nice to be on the storefront as well, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think work.
I think it would be stupid not to put it on the storefront. The work would be worth it. It would be, again, all the money would be going directly to Rockstar. They have Red Dead Redemption, and then, drop Red Dead Redemption 2 shortly thereafter. I mean, people would be really excited about that.
I mean, like the best way to play this game right now is to get an Xbox One X to the 4K screen.
Yeah.
That's a very expensive proposition for people, and most people could play the game better on their current PCs than they could on their current systems right now.
So speaking on the best way to play games, I feel like if Rockstar is providing this launcher, it has to provide a lot of incentives for players to use this thing, more than just San Andreas being offered for free on launch. We're talking about some of the things we would love to see integrated into the... of course, this is a launcher. Again, there's kind of a line can be drawn in the sand, I guess, between what you'd consider a storefront ecosystem and a launcher ecosystem. But if Rockstar does want this thing to have legs, it could offer things. We're talking about mod support. We're talking about social aspects that are not just social in name, but like forums, ways that, like, you had a problem with a title on Steam and you couldn't get a game running.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, this is
previously. Go ahead.
This literally happened to me. So I went to go play Hitman 2. Brand new game, by the way, folks. It is not very old. But Hitman 2 wouldn't start up on my computer. I couldn't find out why. This is the beautiful thing about Steam. There's a forum where you can access a bunch of support to get a whole bunch of people's opinions on what's going on with the game and find solutions and fixes. It's better that way than just having the company deal with it, because there are little tiny things that a company simply doesn't know. For instance, what was wrong with my system was that I had a specific keyboard that installed a piece of software I wasn't aware of, which I'm not even going to mention the name because that's a whole other video where I'm going to scream at someone. But that piece of software prevented the game from starting up. The only way I found a fix for it was because someone else on Steam actually had the problem too and offered a solution for it. That right there isn't going to happen on the Rockstar storefront because you can't talk to people.
Yes. Who knows? Again, early days. It literally just launched. Today's what, Wednesday?
Yeah,
it launched yesterday, but you would hope that simple, some
basic,
some rudimentary things were there, like
achievements maybe,
or the ability to uninstall games from the launcher.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's probably a big one. Look, it's the truth. Look, folks. I know. A lot of people are going to be like, "Give them some slack. It's the first time they're doing this." They're Rockstar. They've been making games for years. They have one of the most expensive games on the market. This is literally mimicking what happened with Epic when they have the biggest game on the planet right now, Fortnite. They are making their own storefront for reasons that are obviously of greed and wealth, but that's fine. They're a company. They need to make money. The problem is when they reach out of their bounds to do stupid things. Right now, all they're doing is they're offering you a free game to get you onto their platform, likely 100% in my mind. This is because they're going to be releasing... Look, if Red Dead Redemption 2 does not come out on Rockstar's game launcher, I would be shocked.
Right.
There's no reason to have done this. All the games they have on there, everyone already bought on a bunch of other platforms. There's no reason to do this. You're not going to transfer players over to... Like, no one's going, boy, you know what would make my Grand Theft Auto 5 online experience better? A completely different Rockstar game launcher.
Yeah, because I don't know if we mentioned this yet, but when you do launch games that the launcher finds on Steam, it just launches Steam.
Yes.
Another launcher launches within the... over top of the Rockstar launcher.
Defeating the purpose.
Well, it's like Uplay to an extent, except worse.
Yeah,
it offers less, and I don't love Uplay.
Uplay has features. That's the thing, but it's true. But Uplay actually has features to it. It's just there are too many of these things all over the place.
You know what, Shane? It's sad to me because whenever I think of Rockstar games, and when they have a release of a title, you get the game, and you're like, "There's so much here."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at all the time they put into this.
I can golf in Grand Theft Auto 5 for no reason.
Exactly. The simplicity of when I think of Rockstar games is like there's just so much going on, and this launcher it's the opposite of that sort of approach.
It's the same thing with Epic. Like I was saying before, they have all this money, all this infrastructure, but they are so lazy at the implementation of making their storefronts better. I refuse to call this a games launcher. It's a storefront. You can buy games. You can launch the games from there. It is a storefront. If you're only ever going to buy Rockstar games, that's a thing. I believe competition is healthy. I think it's important. That's why I want to see all these stores come out. The problem is when they enforce things or they don't put enough effort into items, then what's going to happen is a game's going to come out exclusively on that platform and cause issues. Right now, I'm playing Control. Control is only available on the Epic Game Store on PC, so I have to use that storefront. That doesn't mean I wanted to. I would have rather a competition between Steam and Epic where there was a price battle or something to warn warrant the that existing. But because one company did that, that means I can only go there to do that. Now, for companies making their own games with their own store launchers, that's totally cool. Valve can release their own games on their own store and not go anywhere else. Rockstar has the ability to do that as well. The things are, just put features in there.
Yeah.
Just allow me to uninstall and close the program properly. Those are the things we need. The fact that this looks like it was rushed out so quick leads me to believe that we are minutes away from hearing about a game launch.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not Red Dead Redemption 2, it could be the first Red Dead Redemption. But yeah, to me, this speaks of, no, get this out. We need to make sure that all of the money from these purchases are going directly to us immediately. And then we'll figure out this launcher thing in the following months.
Yeah, what I really want to see specifically of the things we've mentioned, having an overlay with chat abilities is so important to me on Steam, because I have the ability to keep communicating with my friends, whether it be through text or voice, through every game that we're playing. That right there is an important feature for me, and that's not even available on Rockstar because there is no overlay whatsoever. Most of the games that they have on there don't even have real online features beyond just like 1 or 2 of them, but this is the stuff that's going to change in the future. Just seeing this come out in this state so quick is shocking to me and confusing, because I expect way better from Rockstar.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen other companies just immediately jump to a launcher after, you know, it all seemed to kind of like bubble up around the same time as the Epic Game Store and all these other game stores were bubbling up. So it's not strange to me to see many more of these pop up. Just it's the non-attention to detail.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's bizarre that Rockstar would release something like this.
You know, for Steam to keep its dominance in the industry, I think what they're going to have to do is start offering bigger packages to larger distributors of games, so that they can have a lesser cut, because they know that their games basically sell themselves, and then Steam can be like, okay, look, you're creating Grand Theft Auto 5. We only want to take like 1% of that game, right? I know that sounds crazy, but they have to be a little bit it's not that I want Steam to win forever and all that stuff. I really like Steam. I've seen it grow from nothing to what it is now. So I just want to still use that same platform, because I firmly believe in that. I also believe in GOG, right?
Yeah.
GOG.com has a fantastic storefront with a whole bunch of DRM-free games.
I think what you're saying is you believe in healthy competition.
Yes.
You want them kind of playing back and forth
Absolutely.
with prices and things. But it's nice if things are on offering across several platforms, right?
It doesn't work if everyone's lazy at making their storefronts, and it doesn't work if one company out there, Epic, goes out and starts buying a whole bunch of people,
and walling off titles. Basically, I'm a little bit scared about that. About
not great.
Rockstar's whatever titles they're releasing. I'm assuming that they're kind of going to be walled off onto their service, unless the cuts are changed on these other platforms.
That's right.
Right?
If all we were dealing with was exclusive content on a specific platform with equal footing of features and stuff, that wouldn't be a big deal.
Yes.
That's why, by the way, I'm not upset about Origin or Uplay, because they have a lot of features in them and they work. The big problem we're having right now is companies are throwing these launchers out and not focusing on making them work. And I want that to stop.
Yep.
For me, Rockstar needed to show a better footing here, and they clearly didn't know what they were doing. But folks, what do you think? Are you excited about the Rockstar game launcher for some bizarre reason?
I'm incredibly excited. I'm going to play San Andreas, just the first 15 minutes for the 30th time in my life. I've never beaten that game.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just in case you didn't realize this, San Andreas, the one that they're actually selling, doesn't have VSync support, so the game actually has like screen tearing. Good. You didn't fix that. Well, folks, do you want it? Do you not? Let us know in the comments below. These companies got to stop doing this. They just make something that works before you release it.
Something better.